The number of coronavirus cases confirmed in the United States has exceeded 5 million. At 15,000 cases per million people, the U.S. infection rate is 6 times the worldwide average. Donald Trump has insisted everything possible is being done to control the outbreak and has suggested a vaccine might be available in time for the U.S. presidential election in November.
A quick look at some of today's front pages for you. The Telegraph leads on the news at schools, as we've been hearing, are drawing up plans to teach pupils on a week-on, week-off basis if there's a resurgence of the coronavirus.
There's another education story on the front page of this morning's Daily Mail, which says that A-level pupils, who of course get their results later this week after their exams were cancelled and it was schools' predictions instead, that university places for those students could change. There could be a flood of appeals because they're expected to be downgraded marks. Exam boards are expected to lower nearly 40% of the grades, the Mail says, that have been provided by estimates from teachers. It's going to be an anxious week for those pupils this week.
The Guardian reports Downing Street is planning to impose targets on police and prosecutors in England and Wales in an attempt to reverse the record decline in rape prosecutions. It also features the Labour MP Dawn Butler, who claims she was racially profiled by police in London over the weekend. We'll talk to her, actually, as well, here on Breakfast at about 8:30.
And several papers carrying pictures of Simon Cowell, who we just mentioned, riding his electric bike. He's broken his back after falling off it in Los Angeles, and the Daily Mirror reports that he could have been paralysed if that break had been just 1 centimetre closer to his spinal cord.
What should we talk about on the inside page? Should we talk about Strictly? Yeah?
Yeah, how's it going to happen?
Well, this is a very good question, John. It's funny you should ask that. There's The Sun looking at how it might happen. They're saying, of course, that Strictly is the juggernaut, the jewel in the BBC's crown. How's it going to cope? They're talking about perhaps no pro-group dances, no chemistry circle, you know, when they all meet each other for the first time and have dance, and then no judges' entourages, no full celebrity lineup, 25% of the crew, and it goes on and on. I mean, it's just, you know, really, you can imagine you could have the audience there, don't they?
But the BBC are determined for it to happen in some shape or form.
I think it's happening a little bit later, isn't it? But so lots of different changes we'll have to make. No contact dances, that's going to be very interesting as well, isn't it? And of course, dancing in masks.
How can you dance and not have contact?
Well, probably best for me if it was that way. But yeah, no, of course, that's part of the whole Strictly thing, isn't it?
No dancing. Maybe that's the answer.
Anyway, so there you go. I mean, who knows how it will happen, but the BBC is obviously making lots of different changes to it.
Changes in theatres as well. This piece in the Mirror this morning about pantomimes. Got lots of theatres rely on the Christmas panto season. It's their busiest time of year. And they're saying maybe it's time to move it to Easter. Oh, yes, it is, says the Mirror, or rather Giles Brandreth saying that to the Mirror. He says that could be the solution. If we wait till the spring when things might be a bit better in terms of coronavirus infections, that could be the answer.
Still going to be funny, whatever time of year it is, isn't it?
Like Strictly.